Greetings. My name is Coyote Three Feathers, and I'd like to share about a 7-day total rest fast that I did about a year ago, and a follow-up of what happened during that time and how I've felt since. The reason why I did the fast because I was in pain and hurting and sluggish. I heard about this idea of doing a 7-day total rest fast, drinking nothing but water and just lounging. So I stayed in my room, stayed in bed most of the time. I listened to a lot of YouTube and did some listening research while I was resting, but I didn't do any projects or cleaning the house or anything. I just had a supply of water, and I drank upwards of a gallon a day. And the reason I wanted to do this fast, I needed to do this fast, because I was in pretty much constant pain, and I have osteoarthritis in one of my hips. I fell on the ice a couple years back, and it just hurt, and so I injured my hip, and there's inflammation, which caused most of the discomfort. So I heard about this 7-day fast, and I thought, that's what I need to do. So I made preparations. I had a support group to keep me supplied with water if I happened to run out, and just to encourage me to go through with it. It wasn't difficult fasting for 7 full days. I didn't really have a lot of hunger pangs because I was just resting. I wasn't exerting myself. And if I ever felt like I might want to eat something, I would just take another drink. I thought it funny that my water station was on my counter, and right above my water was several bars of chocolate. I didn't touch them. I just let them sit there. It was 100% dark chocolate, by the way, so it's the good stuff. So I ventured into this fast and napped and lounged and listened to YouTube, and looked up some information about it, and just rested. And that's all I did for 7 full days. And it was easy. It wasn't challenging. The hard part for some people may be doing nothing. The thing you're doing during this 7-day fast is fasting, and that's it. So it's good to have a support group to allow you to just be and not be concerned about household affairs or what's going on with yard work. Nothing, because you're just resting. And it was an amazing experience. I couldn't run. I tried, but it just wasn't happening because of my hip and my weight. And for a couple years, where I couldn't sit on the floor. This is where I live. It's a intentional community, and we gather together for evening meals, and we just sit on the floor, and someone serves, and we pass bowls around. It's a nice place to live because I have lots of support and encouragement to do and try things. And when it came to evening meals, I had to sit on a stool or a cushion because it was painful or just severely uncomfortable to try to sit on the floor and cross my legs as much as I can. I had to keep my legs out straight and I'm a big guy, so I couldn't maneuver myself down into a small space to sit amongst other people and serve or pass food. And so that was what brought me to this place of, I need to do something. I need to improve my lot. So I ventured into this fast. And after I got out, I was leaving the building and going over to another place to say, I'm finished. I completed the fast. And I felt light. I felt light of step. There was a spring within me, and I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. And then one day I thought, I wonder if I can run, and I can actually run and sit on the floor and cross my legs in a somewhat comfortable manner. So that was fantastic, and it didn't hurt anymore. And so after this week long of not eating, I looked into intermittent fasting as a maintenance. So I chose 24 hours on and 24 hours off. I go from noon to noon. And it seems to work for me. There's a variety of time windows that you can choose. Whatever works for you to do intermittent, but that's as a maintenance after my 7 days. Now, when one fasts for that long, the gut kind of, I call it go to sleep. I don't know a medical term for what might happen, but it just kind of settles down. And so I broke the fast with coconut water. And that's all I drank for 2 to 3 days. Just nutrient-rich water. I would avoid sugary drinks. That might be a bit much, because the sugars promote inflammation. So after a few days of drinking coconut water, I introduced soft food like mashed potatoes or oatmeal in small quantities. I didn't do anything that required chewing for 4 or 5 days at least. So it was quite an experience, which led me to some other experiences which I will share in future videos. I did 2 more 7-day fasts, but I did those in the total darkness, which brings on a whole different realm. I'll share about those later. So, if you want to do a 7-day fast, do your research, arm yourself with the right information, see what the experts say, have a plan, have a support group, so you can allow your body to heal and heal the inflammation if you have it. And it just brings on better health and better vitality. And so with this intermittent fasting, it's been a year now, I've lost at least 30 pounds. So it's been fantastic, and not a whole lot I can say about a week-long fasting, except I just lounged and didn't eat. So look into it, see what you can find out, and treat yourself well. Avoid inflammation-causing foods. There's plenty of nutritionists out there which can tell you what they are. So I'm just sharing my story, how I experienced this 7-day fast. So if you want to undertake such an adventure, arm yourself with the information, and may it go well with you. This is Coyote Three Feathers, doing stuff in the woods.